Honestly, sometimes the best thing to do with these tasks is just automate it. Welcome to the FlowScribe podcast, a show where we help you grow your clinic with practical tips for marketing, client support, and building treatment programs that you can passively use to turn your clients into raving fans and a referral army. Hey, this is Doc Yates. Welcome to the FlowScribe podcast, brought to you by FlowScribe.com. And today I want to talk about all of the different automations that you can incorporate into your clinic. All of those details that you, or maybe you're paying someone to do, which could be done once and then automated forever. Maybe slightly tweaked as things go on, but wow, what a time saver for you, what a cost saver for you, and what a benefit for your clients. So I want to jump into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that you can start automating that will make a huge difference to your practice. So without further ado, let's jump into 1. Leads. Automating leads is critical. There's so many people, they're slightly interested. They're not necessarily sure if they want to come to see your clinic. And it's not about you. It's about them. And they need more time to warm up. But there's something you can put out a lead magnet that interests them enough, and then you eventually build that into a lead sequence that gets them more and more information about all the benefits that they could get if they were coming to your office, all of the amazing things that they could experience. You automate all of that, and all of the follow-ups, all of the reach-outs, turn those leads into clients, and turn those clients into your raving, referring fans. Number 2, the second thing that you can automate, welcome emails. Once that client has come in, they're switched off from being a lead, now they're a client. They join a client sequence, and then you give them more information about reminding them all the benefits that they can get from your office, welcoming them to a client, discussing all the different things that they can do. And because sometimes you go in, and when you're only working on one thing, they might be thinking, oh, maybe he's a one-trick pony. Maybe this is the only thing that they do, and there's so much more stuff that you do, but you don't want to spend the entire first visit talking about all the stuff you do. You want to spend that visit building rapport and learning as much about your client so that they become satisfied with that. You want to make a great impression on that first visit. Let the automations do the rest. The third thing that you'd want to do, appointment reminders, all should be automated. Text reminders, email reminders, completely automate everything for that. The fourth thing, which is a really great automation, is treatment protocols. So if you have someone on a specific treatment and there's a protocol that you generally have someone follow, maybe it's for sciatica, maybe it's for IBS, maybe it's for an autoimmune condition, you can take a lot of that extra information and automate it, and you explain it during. You can kind of touch base on this information so they get an understanding in terms of what they'll be doing during the consult. But it's a lot of information to clarify for someone during the consult, and they're so often so overwhelmed just the fact that they're doing this new thing and meeting this new person and being in this new clinic that you can go through the big pointers, let them know how you work, and then the automations will explain what. You explain kind of the how, the overall picture. The automations will describe the details for them, and they can trickle out slow so they can do things at a nice pace, as opposed to being like, here's 10 things you got to do. It's like, no, let's focus on this one thing, and then they get another email. Okay, now you've got this down. Have you been doing this? Automate the whole thing. The other thing that you can do for automating treatment protocols, and I've touched base on this before, but the reminders. Let's say you give someone a supplement, and we'll keep it simple. Let's say it was magnesium. They start taking magnesium. They do that first bottle and they're feeling a lot better, but people forget the reason they're feeling better, and they're like, oh, maybe it was the magnesium, but maybe I was feeling better because I changed nothing else. They'll think of something else, like maybe because I changed my pillow, maybe it's because I started drinking more water. You put out the reminders about all the benefits of the magnesium has beyond what their concerns were, and you put that out periodically so they remember, oh yeah, I should be taking my magnesium, or oh yeah, I need a refill of my magnesium I got from that office. So that ties into the next point, which is supplement info, the follow-ups, the reminders. all of that type of information that's you'd be doing from appointment reminders to the treatment protocols, those can mix and match, and you can have different triggers, like, okay, it's a reminder for this. Oh, they've purchased that. Okay, reset an automation so it doesn't remind them about that for another, X number of weeks or months. Finally, make sure this is not really one of the things that you automate, I guess, but this is something you need to keep in consideration when it comes to these automations. They have to be value driven and convenient reminders, not a sales pitch. So yeah, you probably will be selling something through it, but you need to word it like, okay, this is something we're setting up to remind you of this, or this is a benefit that you could be experiencing, not being like, buy this or come in and do this. They will make that conclusion on their own. So don't force that conclusion. There's so much sales and stuff in marketing in our face all the time. Don't be that person. You be the person that's giving so much value that when they're thinking about an issue, they're like, oh, well, I have to go see that person, because he's the one who actually cares and is giving me the value I need to address these issues. So value-driven, never sales-driven. Okay, you're not a salesperson. You're a clinician that happens to sell stuff. I hope this information has been helpful and you can start using this in your practice to take a load off of yourself, take a load off of your team, and start getting even better results with your clients and getting even more happy clients. And guess what? When these automations are sent by text and email, it's something that clients can share. And when they can start sharing that, other people are going to want to start being like, who's this clinician that they're seeing that's giving all these extra values and benefits? You're building up your referral machine. This is Doc Yates, signing off. Thanks for tuning in to the FlowScribe podcast. To learn how FlowScribe can help build your clinic, go to flowscribe.com.